was actually a funny part of the family story. My dad could not milk cows, couldn't go in a barn because he had what they called farmer's lungs. So my mother always had to milk the cows.
Okay.
So all the way through high school, I'm helping my mother milk cows before and after school. And I was not one that was going to be tied to the farm 7 days a week. So when I graduated, either I'm leaving or the cows are leaving. And my dad basically said, good luck, And the next morning, we were at breakfast the next morning, my mother said, well, Dad, if he's gone, the cows are gone anyway, because I ain't milking them alone. So 6 weeks later, they had the auction, the cows are gone, I'm still here. So
Here you are.
Here I am, yeah.
Yeah.
When I grew up on a farm, everybody, you had to work hard. It was perceived to be a dirty, hardworking job, and you were never going to make any money at it, Now it's completely changed. I mean, tractors didn't have cabs on them.
Yeah.
You didn't have air conditioning and closed circuit TV and everything else that we've got these days. You didn't have GPS for auto steer. So it's a much cleaner job. A lot more gets done in a shorter period of time. There's for the employees, there's a much better work-life balance.
Yeah.
And on top of that, in farming back then, unless you were part of the family, you really didn't see a career path or a place to advance. And clearly that's not the case anymore. On a modern farm, I mean, we're doing our recruiting now happens at the universities and the engineering schools.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different skill set and a whole different job that people just, so there's a perception about what a farm is that needs to be changed in addition to letting them know that their food is safe and where it's coming from. When I grew up and went through high school, 7 of my closest friends were small farmers in the area.
There you go.
We currently own all 7 of those pieces.
Oh, you do?
Farms. And because basically nobody wanted to stay on the farm.
Yeah.
And now, our employees and they're all team members, they feel like they're appreciated. They feel like they've got a skill set and they can be out in the community and be respected.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is different than it was.
Oh, yeah.
What would your grandpa say if he were sitting here with us today? There's no need for this, wouldn't he? I mean, because there is a need, as you said, it's important. But
my dad would have not recognized the need for this, quite honestly. No, I mean, we had 5 children. I and my brothers stayed on the farm.
Yeah.
One of my brothers and 3 sisters left, but even their kids come back, to the farm 2 or 3 times a summer or whatever. So that connection is still there.
Right.
But Milwaukee is growing, New York, Chicago, and those kids haven't been back on a farm for 2 generations now.
Right.
So that's where the disconnect got started. And I often say it took us 40 years to get this disconnected. It's probably going to take us 50 to reconnect it.
Right, yeah.